All right, so the parties are all over. It's time to go back to work. Fence crew is here today. They just arrived. They're getting ready to set up their little town, I guess. I don't know. But I think these guys are independent of the house crew, so the house crew will set up back here somewhere too. But this field is ours, so they can use it all. It's going to be the easiest access up the rice road to the work site, so it'll work out pretty good. I just wish we would have mowed or burnt this field off before they got here. Probably should have burned it, but we didn't, so it is what it is. I didn't want to melt my fence, so I didn't burn it. Looks like they got a pretty nice little setup there for themselves. And like everything, it looks like they know what they're doing. They're all just going to work and slamming it together. We'll keep you updated on the, I don't know what we're going to call this. Paradise Town? I don't know. Paradise Village? I don't know. We'll see. So we told them to go ahead and make an access road down into the field right there. Just basically put a little ramp in there so they'll be able to just drive down in there and park at will. Looks like he's just taking the dirt from the hump in the middle and using it to fill the ramp, which is a good idea. I didn't realize how high that hump is, but it is pretty high. This is a public access road all the way down to the end of our property, actually, where the front of that truck is. All right, they got the tent set up. I'm not sure if they plan on sleeping there or what the deal is. I don't see any sides for it. So they got a little road ramped out there so they can get in and out. Got the roof set up, and he dug a hung mound back there in the corner. So Paradise Village is coming together. They've burnt all these fields and tilled most of them now. You can see all these fields here either tilled or burnt. And they're actually burning over there right now. Thanks for joining us at Paradise Village. One of the fence guys just got injured. They just took him to the hospital. He was kneeling on these boards right here with a 6 or 7 inch grinder with a masonry blade on it. He was trying to cut the top of that post off. He was on his knees on those 2 boards, and the grinder come back and cut the end of his kneecap. Not sure how bad. He was laying on the ground, rolling around in pain. There's the grinder right there. That sucks. So that'll slow the game down a little bit. I'm sure he's one of their better guys too. He knows what to do and always staying busy, so that sucks. So I just snagged up the grinder. You can see where that cloth is, where it caught his jeans. But that blade right there is bent. So my guess is it probably got bound up in the concrete and kicked back. Worksite injury update. The individual that got the grinder to the knee yesterday, they were out probably 2.5, 3 hours at the hospital, got back here late yesterday. He got very lucky. He basically just had a laceration across the kneecap, didn't hit anything vital. They just stitched him up, cleaned him up, and sent him back. But he was on the ground here the rest of the day. They only worked about another hour, so they weren't able to get a whole lot done. It looks like we're working on, they did get these holes dug yesterday. And I'm just assuming, it's hard to see them here. This just looks like a mess. But if you come over here, kind of a hole dug there, hole dug there, hole dug there, hole dug there, down all the way down. It looks like at this point they're planning on putting a stay every other piling. Now, I'm sure that we talked about a stay on everyone, but I'm not sure if that was on the pilings or when we were talking about putting the concrete poured fence in. So we're going to have to talk to P&D, the builder, Duke, about it. The other thing they got done is they went through and they marked level all the way down the top of this, and see those circles? I'm not sure if they're going to cut holes through there and put rebar through there before they put the top on it, or that's just making it easier to find the level marks if you see the black dot in the middle of the circle. But that shows them where level is all the way down this fence for when they put that beam on top. But those guys should be back here any time now. Yeah, probably somewhere in the next 15 minutes. They usually show up. They did not stay last night. I assume that's because they needed to take that guy home anyhow, because I'm sure he'll be off for a few days because stitches on a kneecap. He's going to have to keep his legs straight at least for a week till they get it healed up a little bit. Otherwise, every time he bends it, it's just going to open that wound up. House build team, it sounds like, is going to be coming through here about Friday, which is tomorrow. So hopefully we'll get started on a house. And I think I mentioned it before. I think the first thing they'll do is they'll come in, and I believe they'll dig a hole around these pilings down, whatever it is, 1.5 meters, whatever. And then they'll cut these pilings off so they're sticking up 20 centimeters. And then they're going to put a 60 by 60 by 60 concrete block with rebar in it. And the ones that get columns will have the column steel coming up out of that. And then I think they will pour that block in the column. And then they will start putting in the floor beams, steel, form them in, and then pour the beams through the columns. And then they'll pour the columns on top of that, I believe. I'm not real sure what process he uses, but that's the one I've seen the most here in Thailand. Described that in detail in a video like 1.5 years ago. If anybody's interested in that, it's down in the playlist. Answering some questions about how we'll build it. That was back when I was going to build it myself, but just decided that because of the language barrier, that wasn't a good idea. We're going to go over there, get some plants watered. I already fed the fish. We'll hang out for a while, wait for these guys to get here and see what they do today. So they're dropping these stays in the holes now. They got the holes drilled all the way around. So once those are in the hole, then they're going to take these ones and cut them 1 meter long, and they'll set it on top of here and then tie it in to that one with steel and this one, and then they're going to encase it in concrete, and that will anchor that piling to this stay. And they're going to come back and do one on every piling. There was a miscommunication between the contractor and this guy. He thought there was every other piling. But we called the builder and he said, no, it's every piling. So he did contact this guy. He said, no problem, he'll take care of it. So yeah, when I get ready to cast those, we'll be sure to share that with you. I gotta get back over to the office. It's hot out here.